Hey guys, it's Kat and I feel like having a bit of a chat. I am sort of, I don't want to say stumped for content ideas, but I've been trying to buy less makeup and sort of failing at that a little bit, but oh well. And sometimes I at the moment it's been very hard to think outside the box to create content, but one thing I did the other night is that I quite enjoyed looking at new release or upcoming beauty products. Now, if you are new here or you've been living a bit under a rock, which is fine, it's nice living under a rock occasionally. I used to run a beauty news YouTube account with my one of my besties, Hayley, and so we both do makeup reviews and whatnot. But we used to join forces and do weekly, used to be twice a week, then it sort of, during the pandemic, we knocked it down a bit, but we used to talk about new release beauty products all the time. So we did it for like 6 years and I was every day, I'm not shitting you, checking for new releases. In the morning, I'd wake up, first thing I'd do is check my phone for new releases to post on our Instagram account. The thing I did before I went to bed was do the same thing all day, would be checking for new releases. And when we stopped doing that, I was very happy to bury my head under a rock and not look at new releases for a while. If I came across a new product, I'm more than happy to try it or buy it or whatever. But I didn't actively look for new release products because I had had enough of it. I was doing it like full time for a long time and every 7 days a week. 365 days a year. So I was like, I want to take a break. But what I wanted to do today is I've been looking at some sort of makeup news sites and I want to talk about some products that are upcoming or have just launched that I'm really excited about and that I might check out. This was sort of sparked by seeing the upcoming Natasha Denona palette. Now this is sort of, I think this was, look, this is frustrating. Leaks happen and they're not leaks as in like someone has slipped you information and they want you to spread it. Leaks happen because websites generally put up their listings. So a stockist, for example, from Natasha Denona would put up the listing, they would prep it, and then whoever's doing IT would put it up on the website like coming soon. Rather than it being like, let's hide this from the public until it's available, they will put it up and it can be searched and found. So people that are browsing the website come across it and share it on Instagram and tag news accounts and whatnot. And then the news accounts get blasted for leaking information when it's not the news account. The news account found it publicly. So anyway, that's what I think happened with this, but I don't give a fuck. Natasha Denona, I'm sorry. I'm probably going to buy this. You're probably going to share it by the time I've edited this, but this is a beautiful palette and it speaks my name. It is the Yucca palette and it has very mustardy tones, warm browns, some cool browns as well, some greens, some like olivey golds. I think it's gorgeous. Can I probably create this with a lot of the shades I have from Natasha Denona already? Yeah, I probably can. I have the gold palette. It's got a lot of golds. It's got some more tealy blues. I've got the Metropolis, which has some shades like this in it. I've got the bronze palette that has shades like this. But there's something about it all being in one spot, all curated beautifully, that gets me. Now, I haven't actually bought a palette for a long time because I'm trying to pan stuff. I'm trying to I don't wear as much eyeshadow. I don't have the time to do it these days. So this would probably be something that I would buy if I saw like a 20% off at Sephora, or I'd buy it for myself for like Christmas or something, but it's something that's on my radar. I think it looks beautiful. So that got me browsing. Another thing that I had added to my cart, and I almost bought this. This is a re-release from a few years ago. It is stunning. It's by Charlotte Tilbury and it is the Lovegasm palette. So this has a highlighter, a bronzer and like 2 illuminating blushes. Now, I think what's made me want this is how much I am obsessed with Stereo Rose from MAC. I've nearly used it up, but I'm getting to a point where I want to keep a little bit that I can swatch, so I can go in store and swatch all these illuminating blushes that have the same sort of texture and same color, so I can dupe it, because I'm going to miss it greatly. Now, I feel like the two blushes here are sort of giving me that Stereo Rose vibe, and that's why I want this so much, but it is goddamn expensive. I think I added to my cart, it was like 120 Australian dollars or something crazy. So yeah, there's part of me that really wants that, and there's part of me that's like, I don't want to buy it, but it looks gorgeous. There's a couple of things from Laneige as well. Like, I use one of their sleeping masks. It takes me like a year to use them up. I have a grapefruit one that I'm about to open, because I've just used up lip balm next to my bed, and I've got a vanilla one that I got in an advent calendar. So I've got like 2 years of lip balm that I don't need anymore. But they, look, Lip Sleeping Mask Cherry Blossom. That could be delicious. I don't know if it is. I want to smell it in store. So that's available now, but it's exclusively sold on the US Laneige website. Now, they say that, and then you often find it coming out in Christmas packs and stuff. So I'm happy to wait. There's no rush on that for me. But if it comes to Australia or not, I don't know. One that should come to Australia though, and this is launching at the end of the month. So this has been sort of started to be shared only recently. This one looks amazing. It is the Pink Lemonade Swirl. Oh, it's swirly and it's pink and it's lemonade, and I love citrus. Now, I do have to say one thing. I like the lip sleeping mask from Laneige. I think not only does a pot last me a whole year, so I feel like it's good value, but I find that it keeps my lips sort of hydrated from like the time I go to bed, which is like 11 o'clock or something, all the way through to around 5 or 6 in the morning. So a good amount of time, a good 6 or 7 hours, it keeps my lips hydrated. My problem with them is that I never find the scents are all that good. They might sound good, like, you know, the grapefruit one, for example, that sounds like it'd be amazing, and it's not bad, but they're just a bit wishy-washy. They don't really commit to a punchy, yummy scent. They just kind of go, oh yeah, well, we sell more if we make different scents, so let's just, we'll put a little bit of sad vanilla in one and a little bit of like blah berry in another. So I don't love the scents they come up with. I feel like they need to, whoever's like formulating the scents, they need to be fired, they need to hire someone else, and they need them to be really delicious and punchy and yum, and I would buy more of them if that was the case. So I'm hoping this one is going to be punchier than what I've smelt in the past. Another thing I really like the look of, and again, I'm not really buying palettes because I'm not really using palettes. If anything, I'm decluttering a lot more than I'm buying, and that's probably not a bad thing. Oden's Eye Cosmetics have revealed some new palettes. There's one that's quite smoky blue, grey, purpley, not my jam. And then there's one that is more the browns and the greens, and that is definitely more my thing. Now, I have mixed feelings about Oden's Eye. I've tried a bunch of their products, and I think their eyeshadow palettes are the nicest things. But the fact that I didn't really like their highlighters, I didn't really like their matte liquid lipsticks, were really dry, and there's a lot that I didn't like from them. I find it really hard to want to place another order, but this palette, like, they've got those sort of acidy, chartreusey greens, so spot on. But how often do I wear green eyeshadow? Not often these days, so I probably won't buy that one, but I like the look of it. Something that I will probably buy when it comes to Australia in a few months' time, NARS have revealed light reflecting under eye brighteners. So I really like their matte pot concealers. What are they called? They're called Soft Matte Complete concealers. I really like those. My biggest issue about them is I find that it's really hard for me to find a right shade match. I feel like a lot of them are very, very warm. But the fact that they're bringing out one that's a little bit more illuminating, I'm all for. So now the information says that it's an advanced makeup skincare hybrid formula that illuminates the under eye area by targeting dark circles and dullness for brightness that lasts up to 24 hours. So it's long wearing, crease resistant, supposed to improve the skin and lock in moisture, coverage medium, finish radiant, formulation sort of like a pot cream, and there are 5 shades. They must be sort of like color adjusting. They're not supposed to match exactly. They're supposed to be more like an illuminating, maybe under eye primer-ish kind of thing. Now, I really like the idea of this. I need some help under my eyes, and I like their matte formula. I'm keen to try this. I would swatch this in store. I would try to find my color match. If I couldn't find a color match, I feel like I'd be in between 2, which is annoying. I might wait until I bring out more shades. 2 last things I'm going to talk about are lip products. Now, I have not been paying attention to Lunar Beauty at all. I don't think I follow Lunar Beauty on my accounts. I think we only followed them on Beauty News. So I haven't seen any updates from them at all until I was actually looking. These lipsticks are beautiful. So the bullet design with like space and rockets and constellations and all that kind of stuff, I think that is gorgeous. And then the shades are such my shades. Like, they're pretty boring shades. I'm not gonna lie. There's like a few nudes with different undertones, a sort of like nudie berry, different reds. But I would probably buy a couple of these if I was placing an order, because I just think they're so gorgeous. But I feel like it's also one of those things where like, I don't want to touch these because they're so pretty. And oh, they're so gorgeous. Look at them. They're so gorgeous. Another reason why I do trust the formula is because I've got a liquid lipstick from Lunar Beauty. It's an old one. It's a red glossy one, but it wears so beautifully. It's like, if I want a glossy red bold lip, that liquid lipstick is my go-to. Also, a friend of mine, hi Madeline, she raves about the lip oil, which I haven't tried. So I feel like Manny knows his lip products. So I'm interested. The last thing that, look, I probably won't buy these, but I sort of want to swatch them. It sort of intrigues me, but also some of it infuriates me. So these are from Tarte, and their new Maracuja Juicy Shift pH powered plumping gloss balms. They've got a lot of shades here. I quite like this grey looking one. I think this grey one, it looks really cool on the lips. Some of them look hideous, like this light pink looks really sort of gluggy and milky, but some of them are really pretty. And I've heard good things about these stick balm things. I want to try them. Every Christmas I see packs and I'm like, oh, I should buy them. And I look at my lip drawer and I'm like, no, I should not. So these I probably won't buy, but I think some of them look interesting. I wonder if they're scented differently or if they just got all the same scent, because they sort of have names like blueberry, and they've got them sort of, the backgrounds are like fruits and roses and different scented things. Like this grey one looks like a blackberry one. If they were different scented, that I'd want to smell them. I want to swatch them. So yeah, probably not a buy, but I'm interested. I nearly forgot, there is a nail collection that is being revealed as we speak, and it is something that I'm interested in. I haven't done my nails in ages because it's too hard. But ILNP, is there a better way of saying that? ILNP. I followed them on Instagram for a while because I really like, they've got really beautiful nail polish swatches, but they're releasing the first studio color release, the Arcade collection, launching on the 2nd of June. This is what it looks like at the moment. So you can see a real like a neon orange, a neon sort of pinky red, a beautiful, what's that? That's like a periwinkle, a sort of aqua pink and a black. And they've been showing swatches of the orange and it looks divine. I love a bright neon nail. I sort of want those 4. I think they're gorgeous. So yeah, let me know if you've tried them, what you think about the formula. Would you recommend it? They're very popular. I've never tried the formula before, but those colors are very me. All right, so those are the new releases that either have released, been sneak peeked, announced, all that kind of stuff throughout May-ish. I found this fun to do. I've missed talking about new release makeup, not to the degree that we used to do on Beauty News. Those episodes were like talking for 2 hours and cutting it down. It was a nightmare, and all the research and the detail, oh, it just drove me crazy. So I don't miss that, but I do miss talking about new release makeup. And I feel like talking about it, like, look, I might go swatch some of these in store and have a look at them, but realistically, like out of the bunch I talked about, I might pick up a Laneige like pink lemonade lip balm. Like, it's not that big a deal. But talking about it sort of is quite cathartic for me, and it sort of feels like I don't need to, you know, buy them and check them out and review them because I've already talked about them. They're done. They're in the past. Done. And yeah, but I'd love to know what new release products have been catching your attention. What horrible ones would you avoid? I know there's still a lot of collaborations and really like pumping out makeup. I know that's still there. I'm trying to put my blinkers on and avoid those. But if you've seen anything great, let me know. And if there's anything that's particularly bad, I'd love to know as well. And I'll see you guys next time.